Hey everyone, Doug and PA back with another live stream. I had to talk about this one. We are going to talk about Brickgate today, and what a depressing thing to happen. Okay, if you've been living under a rock, I can do a quick catch up. And we're going to go over w- we're going to go over the events and a couple of articles too. But I'm gonna give you my little summary and my little opinion first because this is my live stream. I do what I want. So I'm sitting there and I see a video on the Shade Room, and the Shade Room isn't even based in the United States. I think it's based in Nigeria, and they comment on a lot of black issues and make a lot of money off of it. So this girl says the video starts and she has a puffy right side of her face, and she says, "I just got hit in the face by a brick, and there's a bunch of black guys sitting around." She's Somali, and she was in a Somali area, so she's like Somali guys, these black guys, and they're like, she's like, "I got hit with a brick in the face, and no one did anything about it. All these N words are just sitting here doing nothing." And the guys are like, "Huh? What? Like, what?" First off, no one saw her get hit with the brick, but she just said that no one protected her. And of course, it goes viral all over the place. The Shade Room picks it up. The Breakfast Club talks about it. You know, there was uh, a couple of talk shows about it, about how men don't protect women. It got this whole thing started. Look, guys, I'm going to say my opinion on it first. You guys ready? Women have been saying they don't need men for 50 years. 50 years. Women have been fighting for equality for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Women always talk about how men don't know how women don't owe men their time, women don't owe men their bodies, women don't owe men anything. Ladies, the reverse is true too. Men don't owe you anything. Nothing at all. And if you're going to be strong and independent, you're going to do this all by yourself. Protect yourself. You want protection? Get yourself a husband. Get yourself a man. In fact, I found an Instagram post that sums it up perfectly. I'm going to put it on there right now. Oh, hold on one second here, you guys. One second. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to put it up there right now. You ready? Listen to this. Oh my goodness. Make sure the sound's on there. Okay, listen to this.
Been hearing a lot of talk that men aren't protecting women anymore. And that's because men aren't supposed to protect women. A man is supposed to protect a woman.
What do you mean by that?
Now, if you want to be strong and independent and not have a husband there and have a man's protection, be under a man's covering, that is your problem. My husband signed up to protect me, not you. He signed up to protect me and the children. He is not jumping in front of a bullet. He is not putting himself in danger to make sure you are okay, so he could possibly lose his life and leave me alone with the kids. That would never occur to him. So I'm sorry. Why don't you pick a husband, get the protection you feel you deserve so badly, and solve your own problem? Because it's not my husband's. So
There you go. She sums it up perfectly. End the show, guys. Like and subscribe. No, no, I'm just playing. I see nothing wrong with this. Nothing at all. Men don't owe women anything anymore. You can't say you're strong and independent and then say, where are the men at? It doesn't work that way. And I project the next, okay, women are just now having to come to the table where they're going to have to suffer the same consequences as men. And it's going to be a it's going to be a long, harsh road the next 10, 15, 20 years. Pyro Fenton, what's going on, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Um, uh, uh, guys, we're just if women want to be strong and independent, let them figure out how the good parts and the bad parts of being strong and independent. Okay, back to Brick Yisha here. Okay, um, so this was the initial story right here. Let me find it. Uh, 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 uh. Give me 1 second, you guys. I gotta find that initial story. Um, okay, here it is. StreamYard. So this was the initial story right here. So this was on September 6th. This is back when she had $35,000 on her GoFundMe because, of course, her GoFundMe, because that's what it's all about, the money. And so it says, Hoda Bashe, a Texas woman, posted a string of videos on multiple social media platforms on Sunday, September 3rd, where she alleged a man hurled a brick at her as a crowd idly watched the incident. In the video, which has gone viral, Bashe alleged that the incident left her with facial injuries that would take days to heal. Now, if she got hit by a brick, it would take a lot longer than days to heal. And also, uh, did why wasn't any damage to her skin? It says a GoFundMe was created by a friend to render financial aid as she continues to heal from the physical and mental turmoil. Okay, on the crowdfunding page, the friend claimed that Hoda is a single mother because, of course, she is, you guys, and a student from Texas who was left temporarily incapacitated by the attack. Fundraising page said that Hoda was also left with insurmountable medical and therapy bills and would need time away from work as she continues to physically heal. So this was the initial video on the shade room. Mm, oops. It takes you to Instagram. So let me go to that Instagram page here. Present screen. All right. Here's the initial post, you guys. So I guess it doesn't have any sound, but you see her puffy face right here. If she got hit by a brick, why wasn't her skin broken? So she's saying right here, I got hit in the face because I didn't want to give a guy my number, blah blah. You guys have probably all seen this already. And these guys they're confused. They're like, who is this woman? And once again, she has videos, she's a, LGBT HCTV. She doesn't even like men. And she has videos saying that men aren't providers, men aren't protectors, black women are queens, but she's going to complain about men not protecting her. You don't get it both ways, you guys. You just don't. So, so once again, it started off a firestorm. And a bunch of women just rushed to her aid. Oh my God, another black woman not protected by black men, blah, 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 blah. Then it comes out that it's a hoax. Okay. And you're actually starting to see that, yeah, Ragey Gamer, how's it going, buddy? He says, I would just saying in the beginning that her injury looked like an allergic reaction. It did, and there's actually footage of her wearing a ski mask to a party the night before because she didn't want to show her face. And why would that be? Because she had an allergic reaction, or some say that she injected saline into her face, or something like that. It's just awful. Just awful. I think between this and the Carly Russell case, 2023 is going to be the the year of the black woman crying wolf, and I'm here for it 100% because I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired. there's been an assault on men in the male image in the past 50 60 years, but especially the black male image, and I'm sick and tired of it, guys. I'm tired of it. Women get to see women want all the advantages and none of the disadvantages. They want to be strong and independent, but then have you be chivalrous too. It doesn't work that way. That's why, guys, you have to look out for yourselves. Don't save these women. Call 911. Make sure that the police is coming, and then duck out. Because, like the woman said at the beginning of this live stream, you sign up to protect the woman you marry and have kids with, or your mama or your sister, and that's it. And that's a woman you don't know, especially when she has her phone out. If she has her phone out and she's recording, don't save that woman. You're gonna end up in a viral video, guys. No way. So you're starting to see some outlets actually post about it being a hoax. So this is from oops, that's the wrong one. Uh, 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 uh. So this is from the North Carolina Beat. It's a small website. The black woman who claims she was hit with a brick exposed for years of lying and about being assaulted. Said the black woman who went viral in Houston after claiming she was hit in the face with a brick by a black man after he asked for her number and she didn't give it to him is being exposed for having a history of lying about strangers assaulting her in order to obtain money. There you go. So that's her face in the hospital right there. And why is her skin not broken, guys? Look at this. It just looks like a big lump. It looks like a hives or something like that. Earlier this month, the woman who goes by Ro Bachet on Instagram said that a man struck her in the face with a brick after rejecting his advances. Following the alleged incident, Bachet said that there were men at the scene and they refused to help her and watch the whole thing unfold. The woman went on to post another video on social media from her hospital bed, garnering a large amount of support across social media platforms. And this is the problem, guys. That immediate reaction, that sisterhood. Everyone has to rush to save this woman. And guys, I have a series of videos on my channel called Awful Women and Their Foolishness. Check it out because it just talks about women doing crimes and crazy stuff, because I would argue in 2023, women have more of a proclivity to do bad things than men now, especially with social media and attention, because women will do anything for attention. Positive things, negative things, disgusting things, crazy things, all to get attention, especially if it if it's behind a paywall. You pay $10.99 to some girl on OnlyFans and she'll do whatever you want. It's awful. Said in an update, a TikToker has come forward to let us all know that this what this really is. The TikToker said that Bachet used her allergic reactions to falsely claim that she was assaulted just to get money. In 2020, Bachet claimed that she was trying to be a doctor and be somebody, and that a group of people jumped on her for no reason while pointing at the same location on the side of her face was swollen in the recent hoax she pulled, but also on the other side of her face as well. She claimed the group of people hit her at. And so Roma Army went in on her, but I can't stand Roma Army, so I'm not going to play that video. You want to talk about a grifter, dude? Roma Army is a grifter. So it also comes out that she didn't even file a police. Okay, it says Bachet never filed a police report. Never filed a police report, guys. But guess what? There will never ever be a police report because the woman is a known scammer, and she has over the years claimed people assaulted her in the face just to go on to create a GoFundMe and get money, knowing dang well ain't nobody laid hand on her lying behind. And do you think that there's going to be any kind of apology from this woman? Any kind of apology to men, to black women? No, to black men? No, not even close. It's awful. And these are the games that women get to play and not men. I'm going to play one YouTube video about this because Fawcett Media did a really good job covering this. So we can look at that real quick. And thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate it. I haven't done a live stream in a while because I moved from Washington D.C. down south, and it is a lot better here. And yeah, so you're gonna see me a little less stressed because the DC area, I was just done with it, man. I was done. Ugh. All right, let's see what Fawcett Media has to say. Yeah, yeah. Firefitton's right. Pickwick Lessons did a really good breakdown on it too.
And this is why you don't fly off the handle without all the facts. Listen, now I've been following this story from behind the scenes, but for some reason, something didn't sit right with me. Something other than the reasons that they were saying that black men were apprehensive about this. But after a few days, my suspicions were pretty much all confirmed. And now we've got so many people that have demonized the black men that stood by, the black men that threw bricks, hitting people in the face with bricks. And we still got some questions here. We're left with a whole bunch of questions. You know what I'm talking about?
And we're never going to get an answer to them because no one's going to hold her accountable, guys. Nobody. Because that is the modern woman in a nutshell in 2023. You can't judge them. You can't hold them accountable because all of that is, misogyny. Oh, man. Oh, come on.
Still got some questions here. We're left with a whole bunch of questions. You know what I'm talking about? The brick lady was a hoax. And I'm just going to say this allegedly. The alleged brick lady was a hoax, allegedly.
Today on Ghetto News, man, I'm sorry to report, we may have gotten bamboozled, kerfluffled, hoodwinked. She didn't just pull the wool over our eyes, she pulled the whole damn sheep on our face. So we all know this lady, right? The brick lady, AKA Roll Reacts. Now, it seems like she has a history of doing this sort of thing. Basically, in 2020, she actually, once again, played the victim to actually get GoFundMe donations. And I want y'all to listen to this.
Years we've been scammed again.
Yeah. Reggie Gamer says, I fell on my concrete walkway and got plenty of scrapes on my arm where I fell. A brick will definitely give you scratches. 100% true. 100% true. If you've ever gotten road rash by falling off your bike, if you ever walk too close to a brick wall and scraped your skin, your skin is going to be scraped. She did not get hit by a brick, you guys. She did not. Jeez, why is this loading?
Rhoda Osman, the brick lady, appears to be a scammer that uses victimhood to create GoFundMes. Her first incident was in 2020. She claimed she was assaulted by a dollar store security guard.
And man, did the story get crazy. Man, this story got more twists and turns than a Jamaican street. Seems like...
That's funny because I knew about that previous GoFundMe where she raised $5,000 for a very similar incident and also to treat facial contusions of some kind. You know what I mean? But all that's going to make sense as soon as we do a little bit, as soon as we look a little deeper under the surface, as soon as we get out of our feelings and stop accusing people and stop pushing the agendas that have already been baked in to this gender war. You know, the one.
And he's talking about a gender war, but let me tell you that women are losing. Women are losing the gender war because, guys, we've been winning alone for years. most of the you guys remember that book Walden Pond that you read in high school by Henry David Thoreau? You know, he sat by Walden Pond for 7 years. Was it 7 years? Walden Pond. Yeah, I think it was like 7 years or something like that. How long did Henry David Thoreau live at Walden Pond? He lived there for 2 years. Yeah, I'm corrected. 2 years, 2 months, and 2 himself. And he wrote one of the books that all of us have to read. Unfortunately, I couldn't stand that book. Anyway, men will be in the military and be deployed for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Most of the homeless are men. All of the people that live off the grid are men. We win by ourselves. Women don't. So there really is no gender war. It's women stepping up to the plate and men disengaging. Guys, you know that I just left the DC area, right? There are so few plumbers in the DC area that for a plumber to come to your house, it's $320 for a plumber to even walk into your house. So who's winning? Gender war. No, it's just women losing. That's all it is.
About the black boogeyman that I mentioned before? Yeah.
This story got more twists and turns than a Jamaican street. Seems like we got Carly Russell again. She had black women coming for black men all over the internet, but as more details of the story came out, man, her story was flakier than a 90-year-old crotch. Y'all remember her claiming that none of the black men around actually came to her defense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. Now watch this clip.
Yeah, talking about I got hit with the brick, you know, and we was trying to help her. That's all we was trying to do. You see what I'm saying? We was trying to help her. I called the police and stuff like that. They pulled up. I talked to them. I know they got the video.
Oh, so the owner of the establishment also finally spoke out. So he reviewed all the security footage, and there was no video of her getting assaulted in any shape or form.
You hear that? The shop owner reviewed the surveillance footage and didn't see anyone get hit by a brick. Nobody.
And yet she was able to still raise $40,000 on GoFundMe donations this time around. And now for the obvious question. I'm pretty sure we all see that swelling on her face, right? On top of not filing a police report, it's alleged that she actually got treated for an allergic reaction, guys. Oh, just in case we...
Let's stop there. For days, people have been saying these injuries do not seem consistent with someone being slapped upside their face with a brick. There's no abrasions, no cuts. Like her face would have literally, it would have exploded.
Yeah, it would have been ripped halfway off if a guy would have taken his dominant hand with a full brick in his hand and smashed her in her face. First off, there'd be no way that she would have been able to pull out her phone. She wouldn't have been lucid enough to be able to be yelling and screaming like this. She'd be half KO'd on the ground. This woman is just this is an evil woman. You know what? I might do a specific video on her. Well, once this is all done, I'm gonna add her to the awful women and her foolishness playlist. God, what an awful person.
What she had really did look like an allergic reaction. If you look at some of the videos that we were looking at.
Like I said, I was speculating that it was something like an allergic reaction to something like a bee sting, but this, looking at her and looking at those pictures.
This is the smoking gun, I'm going to say. And then why? Why would this person with a reputation for pranking and having pranks that are based around racial dynamics and gender dynamics and the PhD, and I don't know what her study is, but this could be part of it. Maybe she thought this was a great idea. Why?
Because she's a modern woman. That's why. And modern women aren't accountable for anything. This whole thing is going to play out, and she's just going to go on with her life. And these poor guys, they got brought into this standing around doing nothing, and some woman freaking comes up and starts yelling and screaming and sets off a firestorm. It's crazy. And nothing's going to happen to this woman. Nothing.
It was too scripted, too convenient.
Can't put one on one together, guys. She did this for clout, she did this for views, and she did this for money. And she knew that by stirring the pot between black men and black women, it would do exactly that. So, us at Get a News, signing off. Y'all have a good day now.
Give it up for him, the investigative reporter right there. We got to talk. We got to talk because every black man was bashed from here to Houston. This is ridiculous. Now, I'm going to say that all this is still alleged just because, but too many things are linking up. And when you let the internet do its job, they're going to do their job. They're going to figure out what happened. They're going to get to the bottom of this in some way, shape, or form. You literally had the owner of the establishment coming out and saying he didn't have any surveillance footage of a woman getting hit in the face with a brick.
And so she responded to all these allegations by showing a folded over police report heading thing. She doesn't say what it was for. She just showed that a Houston Police Department thing. It was folded over. And then she showed some hospital records and stuff like that. But it still doesn't help her case. There's a woman who called the police department and said, "Do you have a police report of a woman getting hit by a brick?" And the detective said no. This is crazy. And she's raised over $40,000 on her GoFundMe. I know that Gail at Night reported her GoFundMe, and her GoFundMe is actually under investigation. So good job, Gail at Night. She's been a moderator on a lot of big channels. She does some good work here in this space. So go, Gail at Night, go. So I can confirm that her GoFundMe is under investigation. What an awful woman. What just awful.
You got witnesses that said they actually helped her, and she lied and said that no one tried to assist her. Then how did the ambulance get there? Because you obviously couldn't have called them, Rhoda. You couldn't have called them because you were too busy taking a TikTok on your phone. You know what? This is a shame. It's just a shame, man. I can't believe so many people fell for it and fell right into this cesspool of accusing language, other people getting threatened because of.
See, this is where he's wrong. I can believe it. 100%. Attention is a new currency to women, because she's loving the attention more than the $40,000. The attention to this woman is worth more to her than that $40,000. All the sympathy. Oh, you poor black queen. You got hit in the face. I'm telling you. And what did Kevin Samuels say? God rest his soul, R.A.P. to St. Kevin. He said there's a low level disrespect and a low level hatred that the average black woman has for the average black man. I agree with that 100%. 100%. I felt it my whole life. And this is just another example of that. All these women run into Kate for Carly Russell, the woman in Alabama who faked her kidnapping. All the women who Kate for this woman. It's because there's a low level disrespect and hatred for the average man, especially in the black community. Tell me I'm wrong.
I heard some people got threatened because they made statements. Women, shout out to the women out there that actually said, "Nah, this doesn't seem right." Shout out to them saying, "Nah, I know the black men I know don't operate like that. Nah, I know this narrative that they want to push that black men are protectors and providers. That ain't the black men I know." We get into these online debates, and for some reason, the darkest stuff comes out.
He's 100% correct. People people say, "Oh yeah, the internet is fake." No, it's not. No, it's not. Now you could take it at maybe a 30% validity rate, especially since a lot of people will talk online. What they say online, they won't say it to your face. So take it at a 30 to 40% validity rate. That's my rule. But women have said women came out and said exactly what they wanted to say in this instance. Black women in particular. And I try to keep race off my channel, guys, but I'm a black man. I'm a successful black man, not married, no kids, 6 figures, and I can tell you everything he's saying is correct. Everything Kevin Samuels is saying is correct. It's been that way for the past 50 years, and this is just another example of that. It's ridiculous.
Reason the most evil side shows. But you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Because of one thing in poker, once you show your hand, now we know where you stand. You understand? And we should keep one eye open for the next time someone wants to run a hoax.
You know what's sad? This girl that said that she got hit by a brick is a single mother of what? A son. Of course she is. All the crazy ones always have sons. How do you think that her son's going to turn out with a crazy mom like that? What did Tom Leykis say back in the day? The future carjackers of America is Hoda's son. And that may sound horrible, but the type of woman that would do this, she deserves no respect, no decency, no sympathy, none of it. Unless she comes out with a freaking apology. And even then, man, this stuff makes me mad. It's awful.
The Carly Russell thing, all this, man. Jesus, it's just a mess, man. It's funny, I rarely see these guys on anybody's talk about it, but they seem to be the most informed on the subject. They've been consistently doing this, and shout out to this guy. Flo has been covering this thing pretty much since the day it happened, and actually had the most information.
Someone who had been friends with Brick Lady for 13 years comes out and
They call her Brick Lady now. That's hilarious. And listen to this. I've watched this clip from this guy. This is what one of her good friends said about her. Now, if her friends say this about her, I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Like,
debunks the whole story. Y'all not going to want to miss this. I'm about to play a clip, and she's going to be on live tonight, but wait, I'm going to play this clip, and all I'm going to say is it's going to be a lot of apologizing going on, ladies. I don't even want to bring it to y'all, but I got to bring y'all the truth. Here it is.
First saw the video, I just went again. And not again like, oh, something bad happened to her. I'm like, she doing this again.
What did she say happened that night, and what actually happened that night?
She basically said she was beat up by 4 black security guards. Out of 200 people, mostly black, may have been a white person here or there, mostly black people. That BITCH is the reason we can't get in the club. She was trying to fight all of us. I said, okay. And she ended up getting dragged by black females.
Do like some kind of insurance scam, went to Virgin Islands, and then that's how she ended up in Texas.
She got $50,000 in a settlement.
Now, in that clip, she's talking about...
It's crazy, guys. This girl is just out to try to make a buck, and people keep falling for it. I just don't understand it. I'm hoping in my lifetime we can see a reversal of a trend of women just caping for women. Believe all women is one of the worst things to ever happen, you guys. Because all these women have friends who are crazy. All of them. MGTOW by Logic in the house. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Thank you, everyone, for being here. I dropped the link if you want to come on for and join the conversation. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's watch the rest of this clip.
2020 incident when she allegedly scammed from a security and the club ended up suing. You're gonna have to do the story, not 8 p.m. live. Long story short, Brick Lady said it was 4 black security that beat her up, quote unquote, but it was actually she got beat up by women that she started something with. And it's a whole lot of other stuff, y'all. But all I'm gonna say is shout out to the ones that have been rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. And the ones who mad because we telling the truth, I wish y'all well. But I'm gonna continue to tell the truth. 8 p.m. live tonight, interview with Brick Lady's friend coming forward because she feel bad about all the that the GoFundMe people done lost, they gave their money to a cause that's not true. See you at 8 p.m.
Oh yeah.
Live. Any questions?
Oh yeah, she definitely gonna be in trouble for that. If that GoFundMe and the GoFundMe had somebody else's name on it, so she could probably say it wasn't directly me. I don't know who that was that started the GoFundMe, but wow, this is bombshell. This is a bombshell. This is crazy. After all the stuff that's going on. Anyway, there we have it. I guess now, as in social media fashion, when somebody does a prank, they're gonna be like, it's a prank, bro. But this is what I want you to know. You should have listened to Black Man on this one. I'm gonna say it 100%. You should have listened to Black Men on this one. And I've been saying it for a while, but people have been ignoring it. And this is part of the problem. I think Black men were like, no, it's not right that somebody gets hit in the face, but let's just find out what really happened. But you know what? It don't matter. It don't matter. This is a deeper issue than just this specific incident. But now you got people coming out actually corroborating the fact that this is what she does. Oh, not again, not again. I wonder if the last time she had an allergic reaction, that's exactly what happened. Was she too close to some shellfish? Yeah. But either way, let me know what you think about it in the comments.
So that's on Fawcett Media's channel. He does a lot of good work. That's him right there. So subscribe to his channel. I'm pretty sure he appreciate that if you haven't yet. But yeah, like I'm just gonna reiterate, guys. You know what? I'm gonna play what that woman said one more time because it is right on the money. Let's listen to her one more time. Oh, wait, do I still have it on here? Oh no. Oh, I got rid of it. Anyway, at the beginning, I played a clip on Instagram where this woman said, look, my husband doesn't have to protect you. He's my husband. He has to protect me. He has to protect. Oh, wait. Let's see who's joining the conversation. Hey, how's it going, my friend?
I'm good, Dung MBA. Like, how are you doing? If you're doing fine?
You know what, man? Just a little. These type of things really, really freaking boil my blood, man. I'm a little frustrated because once again, the lack of accountability on the part of women, particularly Black women, it's been my whole life, man. And I see stories like this, and it pisses me right off.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole thing?
Well, all I can say is like I'm not shocked because like the first time I saw her did that video, I'm just thinking that she's doing something. Something is just off about her.
Yeah.
It's like I can just see the scam like 10 miles away. Like, come on.
Okay, and then what part of the world are you in?
Jamaica.
Was it viral there too?
Yeah.
Oh man. So what were Jamaicans saying about the whole thing?
Oh, they were saying she was lying, and and she would have already gotten like locked up if she was over here doing that. I think government would take note of certain things and probably put restrictions over here with people doing that, especially the GoFundMe stuff. They probably
Yeah.
will end up blocking stuff like that.
Yeah. Let me. Yeah. I would hope so. I would hope so because a lot of countries, outside the quote unquote West or whatever, they don't play this crap, dude. First off, they keep their women in line. Like she wouldn't have been able to yell and scream at a bunch of dudes like that without somebody doing something about it. And she, let me play what this lady said one more time because she sums it up perfectly. I found the clip.
Yeah.
Oops, turn the.
Men aren't protecting women anymore. And that's because men aren't supposed to protect women. A man is supposed to protect a woman.
What do you mean by that?
Now, if you want to be strong and independent and not have a husband there and have a man's protection, be under a man's covering, that is your problem. My husband signed up to protect me, not you. He signed up to protect me and the children. He is not jumping in front of a bullet. He is not putting himself in danger to make sure you are okay, so he could possibly lose his life and leave me alone with the kids. That would never occur to him. So I'm sorry. Why don't you pick a husband, get the protection you feel you deserve so badly, and solve your own problem? Because it's not my husband's. So
There you go. What else what do you think, my friend?
I completely agree. I agree with all of that 100%. If it's not my wife, if it's not my like family members or my very very close friends that I'm not protecting, I don't see why should I sacrifice myself for some random stranger. That's
100%,
just
dude. Rishi Gamer says her girlfriend should have been there to protect her. That's right, because she's part of the LGBT HCTV community. She doesn't even like men anyway. Story time. My mother was an occupational therapist, and she worked with other occupational therapists at this hospital. And this woman had to take a bunch of time off because her husband, like my mom's friend at work's husband, was a cop, and he responded to a DV call, a domestic call, and he could hear the woman yelling and wailing and screaming outside the door. So he kicks in the door, and he sees this guy just pummeling his wife. Right? He dives on the woman, is wrestling with the guy. And the wife goes, "Get off my husband! Get off my husband!" Grabs a knife and puts it through the police officer's back.
Oh my God!
And he dies. He didn't make it. So this police officer is trying to save this woman from getting pummeled by her husband, and she's like, and he ends up not here anymore.
Wow.
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not protecting any woman. I was married before, and I get married again, right?
Yeah.
But so when I start smashing a girl, and when we start getting kind of serious, I have a series of questions I like to ask her to see if I can take her seriously or not. One, if you get married, would you change your last name? And you wouldn't believe how many women in America say, no, I would not change my last name. I'm not marrying a woman who's not taking my last name. Guys, don't marry a woman who would hyphenate her last name or wouldn't take your last name. Don't do it. Because I always say, at the end of Titanic, when Jack was in the water freezing to death, and Kate Winslet's character was on the door, I will drown for a woman who has my last name. If you don't have my last name, I'm on the door and you're drowning. That's what it comes down to.
That's
I'm
true.
telling you, man, this you can't scream. And back to this lady, you can't scream that you're strong and independent and then say, "Where are all the good men?" It doesn't work that way. Miktab by Logic says, "My advice: find yourself a young Muslim woman born in a third world nation, someone that is religious, compassionate, and moral." Miktab by Logic is our wise sage. And then he says, "Imagine saving a woman, and then she'd be like, I can open my own car door. You must say exactly."
That's
So, did you see that story in England where that woman was in the hair shop and she tried to return some hair pieces and the Indian guy said no, so she grabbed a bunch of other stuff and tried to walk out the door. And then so the guy blocked her from leaving the store, and then she started hitting him with a basket, like a hand basket, and he wrapped his arms around her neck. Did you hear about that, Pyro?
no.
Well, you know
No.
what? Do you have anything else to say about Brick Lady? Because we're gonna move on to that next, because people are marching in England and protesting the store because it was a black woman. So, do you have anything else to say about Brickgate before we move to the next subject?
Yeah, I have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
One thing to say. You see, if that lady, if anything like realistically bad happened to her, even though I don't want that to happen, but if anything does happen to her, I don't want to hear like remember what with all the scamming she does and all the lying she did and the man bashing and all the fakeness. But if anything happened to her, I don't want to hear her crying and all this stuff. Cause people is not going to believe her. They're not going to believe her.
Yeah, I agree. 2023 is just another death knell for believe all women. You have Carly Russell, who faked her disappearance in Alabama. In fact, earlier, on my channel, there was a white woman in Pennsylvania, and she did her freshman year at Penn State in 2019. Her parents were paying for her college. She dropped out of school but didn't tell her parents. So 2 weeks before she's supposed to graduate in May, instead of telling her parents that she never went to school, she faked her kidnapping. She left her car on the side of the road, left her phone instead to try to say, but she's going to jail. She's being prosecuted for it. Yeah.
Wow.
And think about it is attention is such currency for women now that you're just going to see more and more of this, dude. You're going to see more and more of women trying to get attention for whatever reason, because when something happens to a woman, a breakup or something stressful in her life, like they don't think about the future. They just what's going to make me feel good now. I'm going to claim that someone did something to me. And they don't think about the overall. Men, we are cost benefit calculators. We always have to recognize. We got to figure out what am I doing now, and how's that going to affect my future. And women haven't gotten all of the strides women have made. They haven't gotten to that point yet.
That's true.
So let's look. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's true what you're saying. All I'm saying is true what you're talking about, because I think everything has a cost or have consequences, especially if you do bad things or do stupid stuff that you shouldn't be doing, and they end up backfiring upon you. Like people up, like especially teens. Teens supposed to be knowing that growing up, so you should be doing that stupid stuff.
Yeah, it's just men. Once again, when you were young, you probably tried to play football or something, and you found out who the most freaking athletic kid was. You probably weren't the freaking, biggest guy in school, and you found out real quick who was, and you saw people that tried to test that guy and get beat. You know, like we get to see us men, our lives get audited real quick. And women
Yeah.
are just finally having to figure that out, man. If you're walking around with a big mouth, if you're walking around crying wolf, if you're treating people like garbage, you are going to get audited, ladies. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And men aren't coming to save you. They're just not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm one of those people. I'm gonna, you know, how about this? I'm gonna whip out my phone and record the whole thing. So let's go to the next story here. So this is in England, right? Let me present it here. And we're going to look at the CCTV footage first. And I'm just going to let it play. And Razy Gamer, McTaber Logic, all you guys, let me know what you think about this, okay? Because this was all over the place in England. You ready? Okay, so this woman, unfortunately, is sideways. But this woman right here has hair bundles. So this is a hair shop, and then this is an Indian guy. So she tries to return what she has in her hands, and he says no. Now he has a right to say no. It sucks, but he has a right to say no. You can't return this. So of course she's arguing, like freaking all modern women do. And once again, I don't understand. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay. Here's the next part. So she said, okay, if you're not going to refund me, I'm going to grab a bunch of extra hair bundles and walk out the door. And so that is this video right here.
Look, I'm going to call it.
You see that?
Wow. She literally assaulting this guy.
Hmm?
I'm going to call the police.
You see all the stuff in her hands right there?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Fucking look, thank you, record it. Record it. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Call the fucking police. Call the fucking police.
Look at this.
Oh my
we must stand up for our women. This is disgusting. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. No, not for these women. These are the type of women that will get you deleted. She will write she will write a check that you will have to cash with her mouth.
Please, call the fucking police. Is this what this is, babe? I'm calling the police. Babe!
See all that in her hands right there? She didn't walk in with that. She didn't walk in with that. She's trying to walk out.
This man put his neck on me. This man just strangled me right now. Just get off me. This man just strangled me. Get the fuck off me. Look.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There you go. And what's about it is, okay, so this is most hair shops apparently in the UK are owned by Indians. Well, in the United States, they're owned by Koreans and Asians. I don't have a problem with that, but they're gonna protest. No. Unfortunately, a lot of Asians are racist towards Black people, and in Jamaica, you probably see it too. Okay.
Yeah.
But so they're gonna protest this guy's shop and say, "Oh, you did whatever." But a week or two from now, you're gonna see the same Black women going in there and buying hair from him. So all he has to do is just weather the storm. Nothing's gonna happen to this guy. I hope it doesn't. And here's the thing: all these women have these opinions as to how he reacted. You can't tell someone how to react when someone is trying to steal their property. Oh,
That's
well,
true.
he should have what? and Pyro, one last thing.
Yeah.
I'm all for, okay, if someone's arguing from emotion, fine. I was watching a live yesterday, and this woman just kept trying to say, well, that's a woman. We have to unpack. That's a woman. That's a woman. if you think that he shouldn't have put his hands on her just because she's a woman, that is an emotional argument, and you're fine to have it. But I can't have a conversation with you if that's what you think. If that's your starting point, because I can't argue against how you feel about that. But just say what it is. Say that, you know what? Huh?
No, you're speaking facts. You're speaking completely true.
Yeah. You know, it's just like who people vote for in politics. If you just felt like voting for someone because what they said made you feel good, sure, vote for them. But don't be trying to say, oh, this person has all these good policies and stuff, blah, 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 blah. A lot of politicians don't. They just know in the modern world, they just know how to make you feel good.
Yeah.
And if that's what it is, just say it. Stop trying to break it down into some logic when there's no logic there. So let's go to the actual news story here, and let me know what you guys didn't hear about this at all in Jamaica at all.
Yeah.
What do they say about it down there?
I think a lot of things, but I'm not really too into it to know it like that.
Okay. Let me I'm trying to find this shopkeeper. Where are you? Oh my goodness. We'll just do window.
Yeah, and the thing you were saying about people who vote on emotions, you're completely right on that, because I just can't. I'm a person who has to deal with logic. You have to tell me what's happening from A, go right down to Z. You forget what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. 100%. So this is the actual story here. Shopkeeper was filmed strangling a woman in Peckham, insists he was detaining, not choking her, in a row over no refund policy, as protesters plastered the store with notices criticizing him. Dramatic footage shows a scuffle between a man and a woman in Peckham store. Do you know the woman in the video? None of us do. A Peckham shopkeeper who was accused of strangling a woman insists he was merely detaining her in a row over a no refund policy. Dramatic footage circling on social media showed a scuffle between a woman and a man believed to be the owner of Peckham Hair and Cosmetics, Sohail Sindo, 45, who appears to put his hands around the throat after she allegedly tried to steal from his store. Allegedly nothing. We have the video footage. Mr. Sindo claimed that after refusing a refund on some hair products, an argument broke out and she attempted to take items from the shelves and walk out. Boom, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
The Met Police told Mail Online a woman was arrested on suspicion of assault. So they arrested this woman. They arrested this woman and not him. They didn't arrest him. Okay. Because odds are they presented the footage and they saw that she was in the wrong. Reggie Gaming says, if you just really look at these hoaxes, you can tell from the beginning that it's off. That's true. He says refunds and returns are a privilege, not a right. Yep. And then he says these are shops where all sales are final. That is 100% facts. Okay. Speaking to TV presenter and reporter Antoine Allen, Mr. Sindo said, it's not choking, I was detaining her. An angry crowd yesterday blocked the busy road in Southeast London, and anti-racism campaigners were protesting against what they claimed was an example of everyday male violence against women. Protesters also plastered the store with notices criticizing the shopkeeper's behavior, because women come to women's defense no matter what. And, I say it. I've said it on a bunch of different comment pages. If this were America, she should have got she could have lost her life. What if the store owner had a weapon, a gun? You do not mess around with this kind of stuff. There's actually a story where this pregnant lady was stealing stuff in America, and she got into a tussle with the security guard, and the security guard, pulled out his weapon and took care of it. And so I say, Well, she was 21 and she was pregnant. Yeah, but like, why was she stealing? Number one, and number two, why did she get into a tussle with the security officer?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, yep. So these are all the stuff that is on his shop, and that's look at that. Oh no, so that's him right there, and all of his wigs. Shop owner Sohail Sindos told My London he regrets the incident, but alleged the woman was the initial aggressor, and she was. He told My London the woman came to the shop to ask for a refund on some hair she had bought, but a scuffle ensued when he refused, and he has the right to refuse. The video post on Instagram starts with Mr. Sindos standing behind the woman as they grip onto each other while a person behind the camera threatens to call the police. The woman then hits him over the head with a plastic shopping basket after he no. See, it says after he appears to put his hands around her neck. No, that came after he got hit by the basket.
Mm-hmm.
They said the pair were shouting at each other from the beginning. She was asking for a refund. They told her it was impossible. So she went to the shop and she told them that if you're not going to get my refund, I want to get what I'm supposed to get for my money. Ms. Dueto recalled the incident, claiming that when the woman tried to leave, the worker pushed her out and then became aggressive. She alleged that afterwards he strangled her very, very badly and dragged her into the shop. Ms. Dueto added that the woman had tried to take him away from her, but she couldn't. The witness told the newspaper that she saw the entire encounter, but only started recording after things escalated. She said that she didn't think the man was going to do anything, and there you go. In 2023, as a man, you're not supposed to do anything. You're supposed to just let these women act crazy. No.
No. Mm-mm.
Thievery is literally destroying large cities in the United States. People are just
Chicago.
Yep. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. People just grab stuff and just walk out the door. She said that she didn't think anything. She didn't think the man was going to do anything to the woman because she's a woman and she was smaller than him. So that's there. That's her right there. A large crowd gathered outside the shop on Rye Lane this afternoon. Growing anger over the clip on social media led to calls for residents to boycott the shop. That ain't happening. Women need their weave, man. They need their weave, and they're going to get it. The store closed, and a crowd has been gathered around the area with people peacefully protesting what they see as an example of everyday male violence against women. A small crowd initially gathered outside the shop with banners, which steadily grew as bystanders joined in. A local resident and a staff vest who said he was providing security for the event said he was there to ensure the safety of members. Protesters are still there nearly 2 hours after the demonstration began, covering the road and pavement in Rye Lane. So that's the protest right there. And that's his shop right there.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
What I think is he did the right thing and she got what she deserved.
Telling you, why do women get brolic with men, dude? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You're not gonna win. You're not.
They they will know that they're not gonna win, and I think the reason why they're acting like this because what should I say? The arbiters that she has are the random strangers who she thinks going to protect her from that guy who she's stealing from. That's not going to work.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
crazy.
And there's something called setting a precedent. If people would have saw her walk out the door with the stuff that she didn't even come in with, other people are going to be empowered to do the same thing. I can just walk in Peckham hair and cosmetics and just take whatever I want, and the owner's not going to do anything.
That's crazy.
Razy Gamer says they'll be crying once businesses start leaving the area because of stuff like this. Chicago lost every single Walmart. There's a grocery store in DC called Giant where they have one location left in DC. And they're going to close that up because of the crime. You're going to see essential services leave because of the theft and the crime. And the thing about America, let me tell you, is I've said this on multiple videos. We throw so much money at the poor, but people, they either don't know how to navigate the services or they don't want to. Especially in like liberal states like Washington, Oregon, and California, and in certain liberal states, you can get food, you can get shelter, you can get job opportunities, job training, all for free. So there's no reason to be stealing, but people just steal anyway. I can't stand thieves, dude. I really can't. I hate
That's
them.
true.
Yeah. Rage Gamer says that I saw a YouTube video mention a Walmart building a police office within it. Yep, 100% true. So, so this is talking about the protesters. Let's see what the shop owner had to say, because apparently they have a video about it. But that's him right there. Let's see what he has to say about it. Hold on, we have to get to this advertisement. Come on. Okay.
Is it on mute?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys not hear it? Let me see. Let me find this particular thing here. Let me stop sharing and then let me go to present. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Let me know if you can hear it now. Oh. Can you hear it?
You're gonna start beating me, and what should I do?
Well, many people are saying that you shouldn't have choked her.
No, I did. Choking means like it looks like I am choking her.
What do you think happened?
It's not choking. Like at the moment, my hand was like one hand was at the back. Okay, I was like detaining her. It wasn't an intentional. Like it just like get around her neck randomly.
And if that was your daughter or wife, how would you react?
I would react the same way the people are reacting. The same thing is like what the second moment I need to think about, being as a man or something like that, I should ask my daughter what you have done. Have you done something? Definitely I have regrets. So that's why I'm talking to you like that. These are the regrets. Like when I told the police officer I don't want to press the charges, these are the regrets like at that time.
So he didn't want to press charges, but the lady got arrested anyway. Remember, the lady got arrested. He didn't. And of course, and I'm tired of these. I'm talking American blacks, black guys in the West are some of the biggest simps ever, dude. This freaking simp enforcer here. What would you do if it was your wife or daughter? He should have said, my wife or daughter wouldn't have stolen anything from a store. How about that?
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. No. Go ahead.
I hate when dudes do that. Like, come on, bro. It sounds like you're very, very desperate for some bucks. Don't do that. Be real.
Yeah. And people always talk about there are a lot of situations where you don't you can say what you would do, but you don't know what you would do until the situation happens. And that's a lose-lose situation for him. If he lets her walk out the door, once again, it sets a precedent. If he does something about it, well, that's a woman. And honestly, I think he did the right thing, because thieves need to know, don't come in here or something will happen to you. Don't steal from me or something will happen to you. And I've said it 4 or 5 times on this live. I'm going to say it one last time. You ready? This is going to last about a week or two, and all these black women that are out front are going to be buying hair from him.
Yeah.
Again. 100%. They're going to still be cursing this guy's name, yelling and screaming at him, but dropping freaking $39.99 for hair bundles. I guarantee it.
That's true.
Asians, whether they're Indian or like East Asian, have the hair market down on lock. There aren't a lot of black-owned cosmetic businesses. They're just not. So where are you going to get your hair from?
Facts.
Telling you, dude, I'm so tired of and then I know it's worse. The women committing this stuff or the simps that freaking defend this stuff. We need to protect our black queens. No, we don't. They're strong and independent. She showed that she was strong and freaking independent by attacking this guy. I'm telling you, man. I don't understand what these people are marching for. And think about it is black people in the West, particularly black Americans, we are the most easily offended, emotional group of people on the planet. And then the people in Britain are a close second. And we get upset and we march, but we don't really do anything about it. Everyone in this picture should never shop at the store again and put them out of business, but they're not going to. Because that would be hard and that would take work. And I'm saying this, I've been black in America for 42 years. We have these loud voices with no bite, and it sucks. Just this type of stuff, just forget. Well, she's a woman. Are men and women equal or not? If they're equal, I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it.
Sounds like excuses.
Yep. I'm telling you, man. And they keep trying to say in America that we're not in the middle of a recession or there's no inflation and stuff, but you see a lot of people stealing stuff now, man. Just walking out the door. The first Nike factory store in Portland closed down. And it's never opening back up because people are just walking out of there with shoes and shirts and stuff like that. Just walking out. You know, people walking out of grocery stores with full baskets of food. Have you seen those videos where people are just breaking into the Louis Vuitton store and stealing all the purses and shoes? It's crazy.
I've seen it. It's completely insane. Sometimes I just feel ashamed. I just feel ashamed, and I'm not really American to all that. I just feel so ashamed.
And every time I see it's black people, it just freaking upsets me, man. Because I'm telling you, like, people think that we're gonna do this type of stuff anyway, and you're just gonna prove them right by stealing stuff. Why? Why?
All it does is it just make us look bad than we already do, because people already stereotype us, and this is just not going to make it any better.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna follow these stories with both of these. I'm hoping that Brick Lady gets exposed. Probably not. I'm hoping at the least that she gets her GoFundMe taken away because she's raised like $45,000. If she gets to keep that money, I'm gonna be upset. And then I'm hoping that this guy in England that everything calms down and people can listen to reason and realize once again, in America, us American blacks have a saying: "Don't start none, won't be none."
Yeah.
Some of the best advice you can give someone: don't start one, don't start none, won't be none. And unfortunately, with women empowerment comes women just feel entitled to be able to do what this woman did. You're not going to let me return some hair bundles. I'm just going to grab a bunch and just walk out the door. And if you do anything about it, the shame, insults, guilt need to be right, and physical violence. I will attack you when you can't attack me back. I'm telling you, man, I can't stand it. But anyway, go ahead.
For real though, like they keep thinking that people won't just get fed up and just like deal with them a certain way. Like people like will get tired of everything. If you get what I mean.
Yep. Men, we just like you don't know what's you don't know what's going on in a guy's head. You're going to meet the wrong one, and he's going to give you the equality that you're looking for. And that's exactly what happened with this woman in England. She got the equality she's looking for. I don't know what else to tell her. I see nothing wrong with what he did. If I had a shop that was my livelihood, that I was feeding my family with, and someone tried to steal some stuff, you best believe, I'm gonna do what I can do to protect my investment, my business, and my livelihood. And like I said before, I guarantee you, no one ever tries to steal from her store again. From his store again. No way. Nope.
Yeah, I completely agree. I agree.
Well, I just wanted to cover these two stories. When Brick Lady's full of crap. It was a hoax. I believe that 100%, and that's just modern. Another example. Both of these were examples of modern women, guys. MGTOW and passports are the only ways now, dude, in the West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go your own way, or get a passport and freaking import you a good one. That's all you can do. Anyway, any closing thoughts, my friend?
Yeah, all I can say is the Sims are drying up, and these women are gonna be so angry when most of these Sims dry up, and when they're getting older, when they can't find any dude who can't provide for them or protect them. I don't want to hear them complain. They make the bed that they deserve to sleep in.
Yep. It's gonna be the next 10, 15 years are gonna be rough for women, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna pop my popcorn, get my snacks and watch. That's gonna be great. All right, I'm gonna close this out. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Reishi Gamer, good to see you as always. MGTOW by Logic, my friend, good to see you. And I'll catch you guys on the next live. Okay, have a good one.
All right, Dung and BA. See you soon.
Bye bye.